jump, keep the horse dead straight, and the riders have to communicate the path to the horse because the jumps won't really do that for you. It's not set up to be just a straight line. Okay, Jordan, ready? So you're going to come in and apply a canter so you can tell him where you want him to land. Ideally, we want to have 2 steps between each jump. She's going to look all ready for the 3rd jump. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Easy. Very good. Very, very good. So notice how Comet did 3 strides at the beginning. Let's watch Mark. Very good. Very, very good. Super guys. Okay, let's do one more time. So, as I said, everything is progressive. We gave the horse 1 jump. We did it both directions. 1, 2, 1, 2. Very good. Nice, Jordan. So after we did the 1 jump, we've been able to build up to 3 right away. Now that is because I've practiced this exercise with these horses before. Otherwise, 1, 2, 1, 1. All right, that's not quite what we want, but we're going to accept it. That is the horse being a little bit too smart for his own good. So he got in there and went, no, I think it's easier for me if I lengthen my stride and do it in 1. That is a little bit something we want adventurers to have. We want them to have some instincts, because when you go out in the field and you jump a bunch of jumps like this that don't fall down because they're made out of logs, you want the horse to know how to help you. If you get into kind of an awkward distance, as we would call it, you want them to have reflexes to tell the rider when you make a mistake, because that will happen. You want them to say, shut up there, I've got this, and get themselves out of a potentially, awkward jump or uncomfortable situation. So that time, Marcus was like, no, I've got it. That said, we might try to tell it off and just make him wait a little bit so that he adds another stride there, because that could get a little bit more challenging for John with the next phase of the exercise. So what we're going to do now, in addition to this angled exercise, we have another major difference from cross-country jumps and show jumps, in addition to the fact that they're solid. One of those differences is that cross-country jumps don't have standards, they don't have weights. So as I was talking to you about the horse's vision, when they approach a cross-country jump, it might be tires, it might be logs. There's nothing on the side to hold you there. And the jumps can get much narrower than you will see in the show jumping world sometimes. So that means that the rider, again, has to have the horse very straight. The horse has to understand the exercise before it gets there, because in this last moment before the jump, they don't actually see the jump right there. Okay, it's under them, they're there, and they just see open space on either side, and the narrower the jump is, the more tempting it would be for the horse to just drive past it and not actually jump it. So today, we're going to use these barrels to mimic that kind of idea of a skinny jump on cross country. Okay, so again, as we're trying to be progressive and layer all these pieces together, they're going to come to this on its own before we do with the line. It's still not quite straight. So I'm making this straight just to the little black vertical there so that they can jump this barrel and then go straight ahead to that vertical. Okay, what do we think? Do you think these horses are going to have a problem with these barrels, or do you think they've got it? Get some support? Let's see if John can do it. Okay, so you're going to notice he's going to try to keep his horse listening to him, not let him get too quick, and he's going to widen his hands so that, easy, very nice, super. The widening of the hands allows you to funnel the horse down to the jump and keep it on the line you've created. Okay, so she's going to turn the corner, she's going to widen her hand, she's going to support with her leg. Beautiful. Very good. Nice. All right. No pressure, guys. Okay, so he's got his horse in a nice organized canter. John's going to sit back so his shoulders are over his hips. Widen hands. Very nice. So I'm going to talk to you a little bit about a couple of positions as well. Good, Jordan. Very nice. So when you saw them warming up in gas position, then we have a a position where the person sits up, either kind of a little bit in the tack or very close to it, and they're quite vertical. That is giving the horse a good balanced position for jumping. Then we have something that we use a little bit on cross country, which is called a defensive position. And that involves getting the shoulders back to the point that you're almost a tiny bit behind the vertical. And what I mean by that is your spine should be on a vertical line, so you would get just a little bit back. What that is good for is if the horse is looking at something, it's a scary jump, and you need to be a little bit more assertive to support them and get them to that jump with confidence. They'll also use that if they're jumping into water, or if they're going down a drop or a bank, because they need to stay back to keep their body in a position where they're going to land balanced so that they can help the horse. So let's do that one more time. Think we can make it a little tougher? Oh, Jordan does. Jordan's nodding. All right. So I'm going to create a little bit of a V here to hold the horse straight, because now we're down to a single barrel. Okay, so the V creates that little bit of support for the horse. It shows them where the jump is, because as I said, their vision involves them really having to trust the rider on the takeoff of the jump. Sitting and bring your shoulders back and show that defensive position. Farther back. Woo! Very good. Super. John's making this too easy today. Yesterday we had a couple of challenges, which made it a little bit more exciting even. Oh! Okay, Jordan's going to try it again. What do we think? We cheer her on? Okay, Jordan needs to keep her left leg on so that the horse doesn't drift left in the air. Find your line, make them dead straight, widen your hand, stay there. Perfect. Very, very good. Okay, Jordan is going to do something slightly different than John here. John is going to see if he can do that without any rails to help him. Now Jordan, in honor of what we call No Stirrup November, if anyone's heard that, it's a little bit of a kind of challenge within the equestrian world, which encourages riders to practice riding without their stirrups. And what that does is it gives you a stronger core, it helps you develop your lower leg strength. So Jordan is going to take her stirrups, cross them over the saddle, and she's going to jump this combination with no stirrups. John is going to do the exercise with that barrel. Nothing there. Okay, John, go do just the barrel to the line, and then Jordan's going to show off without her stirrups. I actually surprised Jordan with this. She had no idea, so sorry. You're going to be a good sport today. Woo! Easy. Very good. All right, I'm going to let Jordan. We're 2 weeks into November now, and every ride she's had no stirrups. I just took the stirrups away for the whole month, so all of my riders are cursing me a little bit, but they're going to come out of it much stronger. Woo! 3 strides is fine. Easy. Very good. That didn't actually look any harder for you. Very good. One more time, Jordan. Okay, and then after Jordan finishes her line, we're going to put it all together once, so you see what this has been building to. Beautiful. You know, are just starting out riding, or you haven't ridden yet, I'm willing to bet you any money that when you hop on and I take your stirrups away, you're going to be like, this is really, really tough. And you're probably not, she might not be able to walk tomorrow if she keeps going, but we'll give the stirrups back now to finish. Okay, so let's put those together. So we're going to do our single angle jump over the red. Then we're going to go to the 3 of them. Then we're going to go to the barrel, finishing with the black. Yeah, okay, Jordan's going to go. So I'm going to be nice to Connor because he hasn't practiced it yet, and give him the V rails. And then John will have to do it without. Close. Okay, here we go. Not very straight that time. Very good. said something, but I would have actually was anticipating that the hardest part would be those little skinny rails, because these guys have gotten comfortable and then maybe a little bit confident and forgot that that is kind of tight to get into. Okay, John, don't miss those. So he's gonna make sure he lines up to those narrow rails on the landing. Yeah, okay, I think so. I think that counts. Whoa, steady, slow him down. Sit back. I could have seen that coming a mile away. So did anyone have a sense of what happened there? Did he get too slow or did he get too fast? Fast, yes. And that was coming from this first corner. John saw the line and he accelerated at it. So that's what we call a little bit of a chase. You chase the horse at the jog. So John's going to come in and wait and slow everything down for this line and then the barrel. So what I'm doing right here is walking the distance from this jump to the barrel. Every jump that we place, there's a bit of a mathematical formula to decide how many strides the horse will fit in, how many steps they can take from one jump to the next. So now that that's been totally knocked out of position, it wouldn't be safe for me to just pop it up and send Mark down. I need to make sure the right number of strides exist for him to jump it safely. So I'm going to walk this out and make sure it's going to work. So that's takeoff stride. 1, 2, 3, that's 1 stride. 1, 2, 3, that's 2 strides, and this is where I'm going to place my barrel. So you'll see that when he comes down, he's going to do it in 2 strides. Okay, so as he comes out of the corner, he needs to get his horse's body a little straighter, not with his head right too much. He needs to be pointed straight through the middle, with his left shoulder under control. Ho, now whoa. So that was tight, but he got that second stride in. Now slow him down. Ho. That's better. Very good. Very, very good. So people often get the feeling, because I'm telling you, as adventurers, we go across country, we gallop high speeds, we jump solid obstacles. But that's not all there is to it. There's a lot of jumps on that course that require you to slow down, organize, communicate with your horse, and have them in a really good balance, as you saw there. If he just flies down it, A, he can't really keep the horse straight to get over the barrel. B, he could hit it or hit that jump and have a little bit of a messy ride through it. So going forward and galloping and then bringing your horse back and containing it are equally important in this discipline. Okay, so that concludes our exercise for today. If anyone has any questions about eventing or about what we just worked on, please feel free to come over. You can meet our horse here over at our stalls. Come chat with us. We can tell you all about them.